Welcome to the practice of Yoga Nidra. Welcome home. And the first part of the practice is to allow for the physical body to be comfortable. So settle down in whatever posture is sustainable and easy. Use whatever pillows and covers are needed so that the physical body can enter into a state of zero desire for movement. If a desire to move arises, simply observe it. If it passes, then continue to be still. If it does not pass, then allow for the body to be readjusted so that a state of zero desire for movement returns. And once the physical body is settled, bring the focus of awareness to letting go the weight of the physical body down into the support of the earth. Allow for each exhalation to deliver the weight of the body down into the lap of the Mother Earth, so that with every breath out, the physical body becomes more and more comfortable, and all effort at holding the body is released. Allow for the breath to be a little audible, for there perhaps to be a hum or a sigh, and with this humming and sighing, feel that the sound vibrations release the body into a state of deep comfort and stillness. And with those hums, the weight of the body is given more and more completely down into the earth. And in the same way as the sound vibrations settle the body deeply down into the support of the earth, so too at the end of the practice, those same sound vibrations allow for a transition back to a more everyday state of consciousness. So inviting the physical body to come into a state of stillness, allow now for the breath to move freely through the body in whatever way is easiest. Allow for the breath to come and go freely, without effort. Noticing the breath moving into and out of the body. And as the physical body becomes more still and the breath becomes more spacious, invite for the mental awareness now to know that the practice of Yoga Nidra is held within a safe, protective, and nurturing boundary. And that within this space, the consciousness that is Yoga Nidra is healing, secure, and safe. And knowing that now, invite for the mental awareness to settle down into a form of consciousness for the next 15 minutes. That is simply, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am practicing Yoga Nidra. This is the form of awareness for the next 15 minutes. And knowing that form of awareness remains constant throughout the practice, now invite for the mental attention to settle down into the space of the heart. And with the awareness in the space of the heart, evoke there a feeling of gladness, a feeling of thankfulness for the opportunity to practice Yoga Nidra. Be aware of a feeling of thankfulness for the opportunity to engage with this practice now. And then arising in that space of thankfulness and gladness, invite for the breath of the heart to carry the words of the sankalpa, the words of the positive affirmation. Let those words be carried on the breath of the heart 3 times in the present tense, as if they have already happened. Or else allow for a receptive relationship with the guidance of the heart that welcomes whatever guidance the heart may bring now. And know that the words of the sankalpa, or the affirmation, or that the guidance of the heart, that those guidances are settled now into the ground of thankfulness, into the earth of this feeling of gladness in the space of the heart, and that they are already manifesting in your life, already bearing fruit in your life now. And knowing that, guide the mental attention around the physical body as if the light of conscious awareness shines on each part of the body in turn like a little star shining, as if the physical body is the night sky. And as the mental awareness travels around the body, little stars twinkle at each part of the body, until the body becomes a constellation of stars, beginning by bringing the light of conscious awareness to shine like a little star on the very tip of the tongue, and then at the root of the tongue, into the roof of the mouth, little star shining into the floor of the mouth. Be aware of the stars shining in the lower teeth and gums, and the upper teeth and gums, bringing a star to shine on the inside of the right cheek and the left cheek, and then carrying the awareness through to the inner part of the right ear and shining little twinkling stars of conscious awareness all the way through the inner part of the right ear, through and out to the outer part of the right ear, the shell of the right ear, the lobe of the right ear, the whole of the right ear, twinkling with the lights of conscious awareness. And then bring that conscious awareness inside to the inner part of the left ear, and let a twinkling star of conscious awareness shine on the inner part of the left ear and all the way around and through and out to the outer part of the left ear, the shell of the left ear, the lobe of the left ear, the whole of the left ear. And then be aware of the stars twinkling through and shining through both ears, and bring the focus of awareness to the space between the two ears in the back of the head. Have a light shining there, a star on the back of the head, the back of the top of the head, the very top of the head, and a bright star shining on the crown of the head, and then the forehead, right temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, right eye and left eye, right cheek and left cheek, a little star shining at the bridge of the nose, at the tip of the nose, the right nostril and left nostril, on the upper lip, on the lower lip, a star at the chin, and a string of twinkling stars all the way along the jawline. Be aware of the whole of the head, twinkling with the stars, the light of conscious awareness. And then bring the awareness down into the throat, a star at the throat, one on the right collarbone, left collarbone, and a star twinkling in the point between the two collarbones. And bring the attention to shine a star over on the top of the right shoulder, right upper arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, the palm of the right hand with a star shining in it, the back of the right hand, a star, and then on each of the fingers of the right hand, little stars twinkling, right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. The whole of the right hand and arm twinkling with the starlight of conscious awareness. And then bring the awareness over to the left shoulder and place a star shining there on the top of the left shoulder, into the left upper arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, into the palm of the left hand, the back of the left hand, and 5 little stars twinkling on each of the left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Be aware of the whole of the left hand and arm twinkling with the starlight of conscious awareness. And then bring the attention to shine a star right at the top of the breastbone, and a little string of stars twinkling all the way down the breastbone into the right ribs, right shoulder blade, a star in the left shoulder blade, and a star in the point between the two shoulder blades. All the way around into the left ribs, back to the breastbone. Be aware of a star now shining at the navel. And on the right waist, the back of the waist, the left waist, right the way down into the lower back, and stars shining around onto the right hip bone, left hip bone, and the pubic bones. Take the awareness over to the right groin and feel a star shining there, and all the way down the right leg, a string of twinkling stars. The top of the right thigh, back of the right thigh, top of the right knee, back of the right knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, sole, the top of the right foot, and then 5 little stars twinkling, 1 each on the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and 5th toe. The whole of the right foot and leg twinkling with the light of conscious awareness. And then bring the awareness to the left groin and carry the awareness like a string of stars twinkling down the left leg, the left thigh, back of the left thigh, left knee, back of the left knee, left shin, calf, ankle, heel, sole, the top of the left foot, And 5 little stars shining, one each on the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Be aware of the whole of the left foot and leg twinkling with the light of conscious awareness. Be aware of the whole of the left side of the body twinkling with the stars, the light of conscious awareness. Be aware of the whole of the right side of the body twinkling with the stars of conscious awareness. And then be aware of both sides of the body twinkling with the lights of conscious awareness. The whole body like a night sky with the stars shining and twinkling in the sky, and then bringing the awareness inside the body through the pelvic muscles and into the womb, as if a little moon is shining inside. Be aware of the inner moon shining in the womb, as if the moonlight shines from inside the body and the whole body is twinkling with stars of conscious awareness in the night sky. So be aware of the whole body, feel the whole body, and be aware of the whole body resting on the floor. And now as the breath leaves, feel a sense of great heaviness, as if the body was so immensely weighty that the bones themselves would be so heavy they would settle right down into the earth. Experience on the exhalation great heaviness, as if the bones are settling down into the earth. And on the inhalation, invite a sense of lightness, as if like a puff of smoke, the body would just lift right up into the sky. So with every inhalation, experience lightness, and with every exhalation, experience deep heaviness down into the earth on the exhale, up into the sky on the inhale, alternating between these two extremes with each breath. And then invite now for both of those two extremes, the heaviness and the lightness, to be held simultaneously in the witness consciousness, holding both the heaviness and the lightness at the same time, the two extremes held in the witness consciousness. And then leave off this practice and simply become aware of the natural weight, shape, and form of the physical body. Feel it held by the earth beneath. Be aware of the whole body, and be aware now on the exhalation of gathering the mental attention into the center of the space of the heart, as if on the exhale, a bright point of light is there in the heart, and all the awareness is gathered towards it as the breath leaves. And then on the inhalation, allow for that light to radiate outwards through the body, inhaling and allowing that light from the heart to extend and expand through the body and out as far as you like. Every exhale, gathering that light in to a point in the center of the heart, bright point of light. Every inhale, allowing for that light to expand outwards through the body and beyond as far as you like, alternating between those two extremes, the expanded radiance on the inhale and the gathering of the light into a single point of focus in the middle of the heart on the exhale. Alternate between those two experiences with every breath. And at a certain point now, invite for both those two experiences to be held simultaneously. The expanded radiance and the single point of awareness in the center of the heart held at the same time. Allowing for those two forms of awareness to be held in the witness consciousness. And then letting them go and bringing the whole focus now simply back to the movement of the breath. Be aware of the breath moving through the body, effortlessly entering and leaving the body, as if the breath and the body are very old friends, and the breath simply lets itself in and lets itself out with no formality. The breath is coming and going effortlessly, and the mental attention sits on the breath. And for the next 9 rounds of breath, counting the exhalation from 9 to 0. If the count goes astray, it doesn't matter. The point is to let the mind rest with each breath, so simply begin the count again, allowing there to be mental awareness of each breath for the next 9 rounds. And then wherever the count has come to, just let go of the counting and bring the awareness back into the space of the heart as if the heart is breathing. Be aware of having been practicing Yoga Nidra. Be aware, I have been practicing Yoga Nidra. I have been practicing Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra has been the form of awareness for the past 15 minutes. Be aware also that the protective and healing space of Yoga Nidra carries with you as we come towards the end of the practice. So the blessings of the practice of Yoga Nidra go out with you, and the protective, nurturing, safe boundary of that consciousness of Yoga Nidra also travels with you as you move back into a more everyday state of awareness. And now allow for the focus to be settled right into the space of the heart, knowing that the consciousness of Yoga Nidra is protective and healing. Allow for the words of the Sankalpa to arise on the breath of the heart. Hearing the words of the Sankalpa, or remaining receptive to whatever guidance the heart may have to offer. Allow now for there to be an embodied experience of those resolutions or guidance as reality, experiencing now, as you hear the words of the Sankalpa over, how it is to actually live that resolution as reality, experiencing the guidance of the heart as an embodied reality. And feeling how it is to have that heart's guidance or sankalpa as the reality, taking it out into a more everyday state of consciousness, the blessings and the protection of the practice of Yoga Nidra going with you as you begin to breathe a little more loudly, and allow now for the body to move with the breath as the sound of the breath reawakens you to a more everyday state of consciousness, feeling the sound vibrations reawakening you to a more everyday state of awareness. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat. The practice of Yoga Nidra is over, and you can roll over, sit up, and open your